Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and I am a knitter and a sewist. So today I thought that I would film a little Christmas makes plans video thing. It's the middle of November, so I'm now getting a bit like, oh, I need to really like get a wiggle on. I have started on some stuff already, so I'm not like super behind or anything, but yeah, I've got a few little things that I want to have made for Christmas or like as presents and gifts and things like that. So I just thought I'd run through those. Last Christmas when I did this video I had a huge amount of stuff that I wanted to make, and I did make quite a lot of it, but this year I'm just trying to keep it a bit sort of calmer. Especially as I've got quite a lot of making to do for work. So if you don't know, I am a social media manager for the Cotswold Sewing Centres, so I'm making quite a lot of crafty Christmas content over there, which is really nice. So I'm not really going to include all of that stuff in here because that's like work stuff, but if you do want to follow along that, I will pop the Instagram account in the description below so that you can see, because we've got loads and loads of crafts coming out that I've been doing, which is really exciting. I should probably start by telling you what I'm wearing. This is my first ever Lyra dress that I made last year back in February. I'm not the biggest fan of the Lyra pattern. When I made it, it caused me a lot of stress and angst, and I think I probably need to remake it in a sort of like calmer mindset with a bit more experience under my belt of doing things like a collar stand and stuff like that. But it's in this lovely tartan brushed cotton that I bought from Cool Crafting up in Kendal, and yeah, I absolutely love wearing tartan this time of year. Pretty much all of December and January, like, I'm just wearing loads and loads of tartans. I've got two memade tartan dress, and as you'll see, I've got another one planned for December. So yeah, that's like a bit of sort of my thing this time of year. I think it's quite festive, but also just like nice and cozy, because a lot of the tartan fabrics come in like a brush cotton or a flannel or something. Anyway, let's get started because I've got a ton of knitting to show you, knitting plans. Now everything on my list is very small. They're like projects that take maybe a week, if that. Some of them are like, you know, a couple of afternoons, really quick, easy projects, which I'm actually just loving at the moment. I recently finished a cardigan, I finished the Jenny jacket, which I'm sure I will be showing you in my October and November makes video, which I'll do in a couple of weeks at the end of this month. So yeah, I haven't got any like garments on the go at the moment. I really need to go back in and fix my Hazel cardigan, which is my own pattern, it's my own design, in a lovely gold yarn, which I've spoken about quite a lot on here. I basically got the fit on the shoulders wrong because I've got quite narrow shoulders, so I often have to do a shoulder adjustment, which I just like have only just started doing and like getting to grips with, and I just didn't do it, and yeah, it does not look good. So that's gone in the naughty corner, and yeah, I'm not really working on any full-size garments at the moment. I'm planning to make my husband a jumper. It's our wedding anniversary in January. It's our 7-year wedding anniversary, which is wool, so I'm planning to make him a wool jumper. I think we're going to make him the Moby sweater by Petite Knit, so that will probably be my next garment sized knit, which I will probably start over Christmas. I like to have a few like really nice, I love like casting on something at Christmas to work on during that week off that I have. That's like the best thing ever. Anyway, I'm just whittering on. So let's get started on all of the knitting projects that I have planned for Christmas this year. So the first one is beautiful pair of socks. This is the West Yorkshire Spinners signature 4-ply. Now I have used this tons of times. I think I've got 3 pairs of socks now in this. It's a self-patterning yarn. They do it in loads and loads of different colorways. They bring out Christmas colorways. This is the from the, I think it's like the bird collection. So this one's called Wood Pigeon. It's got beautiful purples and greys and blues. just stunning. So I'm not going to say, she doesn't watch my videos, which is why I'm showing you, but just in case, I'm not going to say who they're for, but this is for a gift. This is a gift knit, a little pair of woolly socks, which I know will be very appreciated. I'm very, very careful about who I make for, because it uses a lot of my energy and time, and as a chronically ill person, like, energy is in short supply, so I don't make a lot of stuff for people, and I don't have a problem with that. I don't call it like selfish knitting or whatever. Like, I'm putting time and energy, it's my hobby, whatever. So I don't do a lot of gift knitting, but this is somebody who I feel is quite knit worthy and who has made a few comments about woolly socks. So I'm going to make a nice pair of woolly socks. I'm just going to make really simple. There's a pattern that I use all the time by Louise Tilbrooks, which is just a top down stockinette stitch sock. So that is the plan with that yarn. And then the next one, I'm just literally going to go through my pile as I come to it. The next thing I have is this Stylecraft Special DK. I have quite a lot of Stylecraft Special DK behind me, you can see, because many moons ago, when I was first ill and I first learnt to knit, I started knitting baby clothes, and all my friends went crazy for them, and then they started commissioning me to make things. I bought, like, in bulk, like, basically a load of Stylecraft colours, so that when people said, can I have this, I didn't have to, like, order and pay postage and everything. I would just make it up in whatever I had. But I've still got quite a lot of that left. Stylecraft is my go-to acrylic yarn if I'm going to use acrylic. I prefer natural fibres now, but the majority of my friends still ask for acrylic, just because it's easier to take care of with a baby and they're a bit less worried and precious about it. I mean, personally, like, when I have my own children, I'm quite happy to have, like, superwash or alpaca or something, but, you know, just whatever works for the parent, I'm happy to do. So I still have quite a lot of Stylecraft acrylic yarn that I use for that. And I had, my niece was born in September. My first ever niece. I have 3 nephews and 1 niece. I've made her a little cardigan already, and I've just actually finished a second cardigan with a hood, but my sister was saying that she really needed some like all-in-one onesies. She's quite a cold baby, she feels the cold, she's nearly always needing to wear something cozy, so I thought I would knit an all-in-one little suit that she can wear, because obviously, like, January, February it'll be really cold. They live up in Yorkshire, it gets very cold, so I thought this would be a lovely little colour, nice little sort of mint green. I think the shade is Lincoln. This is obviously not going to be enough to do a suit, but we sell it at work, so I'm going to go and buy another ball. But I am really trying to use up my stash at the moment, so I'm really trying not to buy too much yarn in, and trying to use up as much as possible. So I've had, like, a few babies to knit for this year, and I've managed to use quite a lot of stash for that, which is great. So yeah, that's the plan with that. The suit that I'm thinking of making, let me just get the name. Yeah, it's the Lil Headdress by Yord Clothing. It does come in, I don't know if it's called that, because it does come in English as well. Like, the pattern is in multiple languages. So let me just double check actually that what it's actually called, because I think it's translated. Yeah, it is. Basically, little onesie. From, I think it's spelt J-O-R-D. I think that's Yord. So it's just a really cute, I'll put up a picture, it's a really cute, like, fisherman rib, brioche rib jumpsuit. So it'll be super warm and cozy, button up the front, very simple, easy to wash. So that's my plan, is to make for her for Christmas, because she's only 3 months old at Christmas. So my sister was like, I don't know, like, it's her second child, she's got quite a lot of clothes, she's got loads of toys from her older brother, so, like, she doesn't really, like, there wasn't much that she could think of. So I was like, okay, I'll knit her a little jumpsuit. So I'm really excited for that. I think that's going to be really cute. I think that's probably going to be the project that takes the longest, actually, out of all of the things that I'm knitting for Christmas, because it's got, like, arms and legs and everything. Everything else is going to be quite quick, but it's 3 to 6 months, so it's really small, it's going to be quick. So yeah, there's that. I then have this lovely yarn, which I have, well, actually my husband balled this up for me, which is from Chiltern, I think it's called Chiltern Farm. They're based in the Chilterns in brain's gone dead, Buckinghamshire, sorry, which is actually very, very close to where I used to live. We used to go to the Chilterns all the time until we moved to the Cotswolds. I picked up some of their yarn. You might remember if you watched my Cotswold Wool Weekend vlog, I picked up a couple of skeins of their yarn. It's absolutely gorgeous, but really quite pricey. I understand why, because it's 100% British yarn. It's beautiful, beautiful shades. But unfortunately, I was like, oh, I really want to make a cardigan out of this, but it would have cost me like almost £200, which I was just like, I can't do that. So I had these skeins just knocking about because I just bought them and I was like, oh, I'll do some swatches and then I'll buy some more to make a cardigan. And then I was like, oh, that's a lot of money, so I'm not going to do that. And so I decided I would make myself a beret because I've always wanted to make a beret. I used to wear berets a lot when I was younger. I used to be quite vintage in my style, so they went very well with my like winter style. But I haven't had any berets in a really long time and I really like them. They're really cute. I've seen a lot of people who've knitted berets on Instagram. And the one that inspired me was Emily Kate Made This. She has a really great YouTube channel. I'll link it below because she's really worth a watch if you enjoy like vintage style knits and cozy and stuff. Anyway, this pattern I saw on her Instagram, so I will put up a picture now of the pattern. I can't remember the name, but it will be linked in the description for you. But yeah, I'm going to make it out of this red. It's looking very bright red on camera, like orangey red, but it's actually much more of a like burgundy. It's quite a deep red. It's a really beautiful colour. I'd say 100% wool. My only issue is like having balled it up, I felt like it was soft enough, but now I'm a bit worried, is it going to be itchy? Like, because it'll be quite tight against my head. So the plan is to make a beret, but to be honest, that is like the bottom of the priority list of all these makes that I need to do for Christmas, because this is just for me because I want one, like a little red beret at Christmas. So I'll probably do this last of all if I get time, and I guess I will see how I feel about whether or not I want to actually, it may be better as a pair of mittens. I don't know, I'll have a think about this yarn, but that's the plan at the moment, is to make a beret. And talking of headgear, I just picked up these at work at the Cotswold Sewing Centres. This is the Drops Lemma in black. Now Lemma is quite a good dupe for Alpaca Soft DK by Rowan, which I have used to make multiple hats. I've used alpaca a lot actually. I've made a hat that's 100% alpaca from Alpacally Ever After in the Lake District. I've made a couple of hats with alpaca from Rowan, and that was my plan actually, was I need a black hat to go with the new coat that I bought. In the summer I got a really discounted coat. It's a really lovely puffer coat, goes all the way down to like mid-calf, which I need because I get so cold and I want to wear a sleeping bag when I walk the dog in the morning. And also we're going to Germany and we're going to Scotland in December, so it's going to be really chilly, so I definitely need something really cozy and warm. But I tried it on and I was like, this really needs a black hat to go with it, and my sister actually gave me the good idea of having a black hat with a bright white bobble, because the coat is black and white gingham, which is going to look really, really cool. Very like sort of stylish, but the amount of alpaca and wool mix in this is the same percentages as in the Alpaca Soft DK by Rowan. As I say, it's not quite as soft, but it's still definitely soft enough to wear as a hat. So I picked up a couple of balls of this plus a white pom-pom. So I'm going to knit the same hat that I've made a couple of times now actually. I made for me in pink and I made for blue in my husband, for my husband, and it's a Rowan pattern. I'm being really useless, aren't I? I should have written down the name of these patterns because I can't remember the name of this pattern either, and I will link it below because I'm useless. But that's what I'm going to make. As I say, this is probably going to take me like hardly any time at all, like a couple of afternoons, because when I've knit it before it's been really quick, because it's just like a rectangle and then you decrease and go in. It's knit flat and then you sew up, so it's going to be a really nice quick easy knit. Pop a Christmas film on, hat, ta-da. Okay, so now moving from head to hands. This is going to be like, because it's all accessories, this is going to be like doing head, shoulders, knees and toes. So we're moving to hands. So you probably already saw this if you watched my Yarndale vlog, because I bought this at Yarndale and I talked about the plan and everything. Yeah, I've got this skein of double merino. This is in, I can't remember what this shade is called. I think it's the like off-white or something, and then I have some of this left, which I don't think is going to show up very well on camera. I've got more than this. This is just what I've grabbed out of my stash. I've got quite a lot more than that, which is what I used to make my Nora cardigan. I'll pop up a picture so you can see what that yarn looks like. It's a lovely, it's called Jade, and it's a lovely like grey greeny colour, and I picked up the pattern for the mittens. Again, can't remember the name. I'm going to be putting all the names like written down because I can't remember, plus pictures as well, to make myself a cute pair of mittens. So yeah, I'm going to use the leftovers of this, which is great because that means I actually have something to use it for, which I hate having leftovers, and I've got quite a lot. So well, I haven't got a lot, I've got a skein and a half basically, so I think that's going to be enough because I've got quite small hands. So I think I'm going to make like the second size of the mittens because it comes in lots of different sizes. I don't really do colour work, that's not my thing. I find it quite stressful, and I'm not a fan, but I love the way it looks. And when I spoke to Anna at Yarndale, she said that this was a really great colour work to sort of start with because it's quite easy. The floats are very small because it's on, you know, it's just on the mittens. So I'm going to give it a go. First time I've ever made mittens as well. So we'll see how it goes. But basically that's the plan with those, is to make a little cute pair of mittens that I can wear over the winter season. And I think also making them in this colour means that I will be able to wear them in January and February as well, rather than, I was very tempted to go with the colourway that's in the photo of the pattern. It's like a gingerbread colourway and it looks so gorgeous and traditional Christmassy, but I was like, that's not going to go with like anything in my wardrobe, any of my coats. So yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use up my yarn. Also, you know, use up your yarn, that's a good thing to do. Okay, so the last yarn I have, again, is another stash buster. I have this left over from last year. This is the West Yorkshire Spinners signature 4-ply Christmas sock yarn in the gingerbread colourway. They brought this out last year, I think. It's a self-patterning yarn. I made a pair of socks. I'll pop up a picture of them. I absolutely love them. I've worn them to bits. I wore them like not at Christmas because they're socks and no one can see them. But like I've been so excited to get them out again, like started wearing them in November and getting in the Christmas mood. Anyway, I have, this is 43 grams that I have left. So obviously the socks I made took up 57 grams. So I haven't got quite enough to make the exact same socks again. I'd have to make them shorter. My other thought is, should I get some green yarn to, because I would actually quite like some quite long socks, so I could get some green yarn that matches the green in this, if I can find a small amount from somewhere, like 50 grams, which I don't know if I'll be able to do. I know that these guys obviously do this, do their signature 4-ply in like block colours, so I may just have a look and see if they've got a good green or something that goes. But I could do the cuff, the heel and the toe, and I could make them like long socks, but I'm gonna have to be quite careful about doing that. I have to like weigh out this yarn to make sure I've got enough left. But yeah, it's another stash buster. It's just so festive. It's such a gorgeous festive yarn. I just love it so much. So I think having another pair of socks will make me very happy. Oh, I forgot, there's one more knitting project, well, sort of knitting project. Last year I made this really cute little hand knitted Christmas garland. I'll pop up a picture, which I was doing the November knitting challenge with Dementia UK, and I basically got people to give donations, and then everybody went into a raffle at the end and one person won what I'd been knitting, and I knitted a little piece for every single day of November, and it's really sweet. It was like little stockings, little bobble hats and little mini jumpers. Now I didn't really have the energy all the time last year to then make another one for myself, because I just got a bit like fed up of knitting every day, like a tiny thing. But I did think they'd be really cute for Christmas tree decorations, so I'm planning to use scrap yarn in my stack because I have a lot, as I keep saying, and I'm going to make some, I think I'm going to make some little tree ornaments. If I can be bothered, I might make a garland to go under the fireplace, but I already have a knitted garland that goes, a holly knitted garland that goes over the top of the mantelpiece, so I don't know if I can be bothered to make anything to go underneath. I might just make like 3 to 5 little like things to go on the tree because I think they look really sweet, and it'll just use up a little bit of leftover scrappy yarn. So I think that's what I'm probably gonna do when I, like, you know, just have like a spare half an hour to just knit something up. So that is another knitting project that I'll be working on. So you can see there's a lot of tiny knitting projects for Christmas. Okay, so on to sewing. I've only got 2 fabrics because I have got quite a lot of like alterations and things, which I'll get to do for Christmas. I've massively slowed down on my sewing recently because I got myself really stressed this year. I was sewing a new thing every week, which firstly I think is overconsumption and was crazy. I think because for years and years and years I had no clothes that fit or that were comfortable because my body changed so significantly due to chronic illness. I have digestive issues and endometriosis, which means my stomach is very sore and swollen quite often, and I'm in quite a lot of pain. I have fibromyalgia, so clothes have been a bit of a difficult thing for me. I changed size as well when I got ill, so it's been really hard to like find clothes and stuff that fit. So I sort of went a bit crazy when I learnt to sew because I was like, oh my goodness, I can make all this gorgeous stuff and I feel like me again, which was amazing. But I'm now at a stage where every season I have got beautiful handmade clothes that fit. I don't need to add loads more stuff to my wardrobe, so I'm trying to be a bit more careful and a bit more intentional. So you may notice, like in previous videos, I would have huge fabric hauls or huge this is what I've been sewing this month stuff. I don't have that so much anymore. I'm just sort of slowly working my way through my stash. I've also banned myself from buying any fabric, and I did that for the rest of this year, and I was going to sort of rethink about things in January, which I'm still going to do, but at the moment, because I've slowed down, I haven't actually got through that much, so I could easily see not buying any more fabric for quite a while, because I have got a huge amount of stuff in my stash. So with that in mind, my Christmas sewing is quite minimal. There's one thing for me, that's it. But we'll start with the thing for someone else. So I picked up this black poly cotton fabric from work, 2.5 meters of this, because my nephew, who is 3, I am going to make him a bat costume for Christmas. He has taken to sitting on the sofa upside down and saying I'm a bat. So my sister was like, a bat costume would be really fun. I mean, I rang him last night and asked him what he wanted for Christmas, and his response was a gingerbread man and a mushroom, preferably a pink one. So he's not the easiest child to get presents for. He was just chatting rubbish, basically. It's hilarious and very sweet, but yeah, we decided on a bat costume. So I'm basically like self-drafting it. I've got his measurements, and I'm gonna make essentially like a poncho, except it's not going to be open at the sides. It's going to be sewn, and it's going to be like points, like bat wings. And I'm hoping to be able to make a hood with some ears, but I've never made a hood before, so I've got to sort of try and find some good like free hood pattern online if I can, that I can use for this make. But yes, that is the plan, is to make a bat costume, to sew a bat costume for my nephew. And then you may have seen this fabric. I think I did a fabric haul. I can't actually remember when I did a fabric haul. Was it June? I think June was my last fabric haul, possibly. Oh no, I think I did do another one in July, didn't I? Anyway, I picked this up with my mum. My mum took me to a fabric shop when I stayed with her for a long weekend back in June, and I was like, right, I don't need any summer fabrics, even though it's June, because my stash was full of summer fabrics. I had loads of beautiful summer dress plans, so I was like, I'll have a little look for some wintry stuff, and I found like a couple of like boucle poly fabrics which I bought, and I got this, which is a brushed cotton in a lovely tartan. So it's navy and red tartan. As I say, I like to wear tartan a lot at Christmas, especially like with a red. I don't have, you can see this one has got like, it has got a bit of red going through it, but it's mostly green and blue with like a gold stripe. My other one is a black watch tartan, so that's like obviously the dark green, the black, the navy. So I wanted something that was red for Christmas. So this is what I bought. So soft, so cozy. I think I got 3 meters of this because I thought that would be enough. And let me just grab the pattern. Okay, so this is the pattern I'm going to make. This is the penny dress by Make with Mandy, spelt with an I, which came free in Simply Sewing magazine. So when I write for Simply Sewing, they send me a copy. So one of the copies that I got, it came with this. So you can see it's just like a, is that going to focus? It's just a really nice dress with 3/4 length or long sleeves. You can either have midi length or knee length. I like the fact that it's got a scoop neck because most of my dresses are like high necks, so I fancied doing something with a bit of a lower neck. My only thing is I can't decide whether to do the midi length or whether to do the knee length. It's nice sort of smocky style, a bit oversized, long sleeves, as I say, which will be lovely in the winter. I want to get this made before I go to Germany because I think I'm going to wear it when I go to Germany, so this needs to be sewn up in the next few weeks. So I'm gonna sort of prioritize getting that done. But yeah, I can't decide. Let me know what you guys think, because I feel like if I make the midi length, obviously it's going to be warmer because it's gone down further, so it's going to be a bit warmer. But I'm always a bit like midi length with tights and boots on me. Do I look a bit stumpy? Do I look a bit funny looking? Because I'm not very tall, I'm only 5'4", and so I very rarely wear midi length in the winter, because like I wear it loads in the summer, because I don't like the way it looks with black tights. So I really can't decide. I guess if I make the midi length, firstly I have to check if I have enough fabric actually for the midi length. I think I do, but if I make the midi length, I suppose I could then shorten it if I don't like it. Be a pain, but I could do that. So I don't know, I need to have a think about it. I feel like it could look quite cute, and as I say, it could be nice and warm. But yeah, that's the plan with that fabric. And then I have 2 alterations that I want to do for Christmas. So you may remember my graduation dress, which I made in January for my graduation, which was at the end of January this year. And I made an indigo dress with an added tier, like a ruffle on the bottom, and I used the Anthea blouse sleeves. Now the Anthea blouse sleeves just don't work on that dress. I don't know what it is. Every time I put it on, I'm just like, it's just a bit meh. I wasn't very happy with it. It didn't really matter because I was wearing a massive gown on graduation day, so you couldn't see the sleeves anyway, so it didn't matter at all. But I don't know, there's something about it that just isn't quite right, and I think it's the sleeves. So I've decided to take them off and change them for the indigo sleeves, but I'm going to shorten the frill massively. So I'm going to have them like here with a little frill, because I think that'll look quite cute. I've seen a lot of dresses like that. I've seen a lot of dresses in like velvet like that. And it's a lovely shiny bottle green. I've got a couple of occasions at Christmas. I've got a Christmas party at my parents' to go to. I have got Christmas Eve traditionally with my husband's family, because we're spending Christmas with them this year. We go out for dinner and we get all dressed up. I'm going out for dinner when I go to Germany. So I've got like a few, oh, and New Year's, I'm going out for dinner for New Year's. So I've got a few different, like 4 different things to like dress up for, and I am a outfit rewearer. I don't do the whole like I have to wear a different outfit each time, because that's just not sustainable. Yeah, so I'm an outfit rewearer. So yeah, the plan is to sort out those sleeves so that I can wear that and feel really good in it. I do have another Christmas dress that I made last year that's just in like a cotton, that's a Liberty print. It's not actually a Liberty fabric, it's just an old print from the 1930s that's been printed on a cheaper cotton, that I made an indigo out of and I wore last Christmas. So I've got that as well. well, but I might actually wear that on Christmas Day because it's so comfy with a pair of tights. And then my other thing is the dress that I made. You will have seen if you watch my video, I made a ball gown this year, an evening gown, a very sparkly black evening gown. It was a hack of the Mabel pattern by Tilly and the Buttons. It went a little bit viral. The reel that I made went like viral, and then Tilly shared it on her Instagram and it went a bit crazy on there as well. So really exciting. But I am never gonna wear a full length sparkly black dress. Like, that was unusual. That was a black tie dinner. I don't really get invited to those like on a regular basis, funnily enough. You know, little me, content creator and writer who works at home in her craft room, has no reason for black tie dresses. You know, it's like a once in a like every other year maybe occasion where there's like some kind of ball or black tie dinner or family occasion. So I sort of talked about this a bit on the video, should I shorten it, and I got lots of mixed reviews from people saying, oh my gosh, it's stunning, keep it long, keep it long. But I just feel like I put so much work and effort into it and I really love it. It made me feel like $1 million when I wore it, and I don't want to not be able to wear it. So I have made the choice to shorten it to a midi length, which to me makes it like dinner appropriate. Yes, it's still pretty dressed up, it's still like a party dress, but when I go out for dinner I do quite like to dress up. So it means that it will get quite a lot of wear. So I'm also going to shorten that. That's another project for December, ready for Christmas. And again, like, I can't decide whether I'll wear the green dress or the black dress. I think I'll probably, like, as I say, I've got those 4 things to go to. I've got the Christmas party, dinner out in Germany, Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, so I'll probably like alternate. I'm definitely going to wear the black dress for New Year's Eve because it's sparkly, like it has to be done. Like, you're not allowed to leave the house for New Year's Eve not in glitter. Those are the rules of life. So obviously that will be New Year's Eve, but I can't decide which one I'll wear at other times. But basically I'm gonna work on both those dresses. So I'll shorten the black one, I'll change the sleeves on the green one, and then I've got these lovely dresses which don't really need much time. You know that you're probably talking like, obviously, like shortening, that's, you know, half an hour maybe, doing the sleeves an hour maybe, so that's just a little sewing sesh to get those done. But I'm really excited to have them more wearable in my wardrobe because, again, like, I'll be going out for dinner in January for my anniversary and I'll maybe wear one of those then. So just going to get so much more use being made into wearable garments. You know, having memades for literally every thing in life makes me really happy. So like, I have like memade pajamas, I have memade working from home clothes, I have memade dog walking clothes, like, and now I've got memade occasion wear, and it's just like, and for every season as well. Like I've got a couple of things like for spring, summer, you know, it just makes me really happy to be able to have all of that stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be it's a double project for December. So that's my sewing. Okay, so that is everything. I feel like I've whittled on forever about everything that I'm making for Christmas. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it maybe gave you some inspiration. Maybe you might try some of the patterns yourself. I would love to hear what everybody else is making for Christmas. I am a huge Christmas-ophile. I love Christmas. It is not my favourite time of year. Autumn is my favourite time of year, but the next one is Christmas. I feel like it makes me very happy because autumn is just like the best thing ever. I actually really don't like summer. I'm not a summer person at all, so I really don't enjoy summer. But then when we go into autumn, I'm like, oh yes, my season is here. The colours really suit me. I love autumn to bits. And then when that's disappearing and I get sad, it's okay because we've got Christmas. And then when Christmas disappears, it's okay because it's my wedding anniversary. So it's great. The next few months are just full of joy and happiness. But yeah, let me know what you guys are doing for Christmas, what you're making, if you've been inspired by any of the making plans that I have shared. I will be doing Vlogmas, so I've got one more video coming out after this, which will be my October and November makes video, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that. But then after that I'll be doing Vlogmas, and I think I've made the decision to do what I did last year and film a week at a time and do like a long Vlogmas video once a week that still goes up on a Sunday like normal. So Vlogmas starts on a Friday, so I'll probably film Friday to Friday and then it goes up on the Sunday. That is the plan anyway. We'll see if that actually happens, because I'm going to Germany and I'm going to my parents' house, and Christmas is always, December is always like, blah. So we will see how organised I feel with all of that. But that is the plan, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on Vlogmas this year. Thank you so much for watching. Give the video a like if you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Thanks guys, bye!